All right. Well, let's talk about. Okay, so we do want to get back to like the lore stuff, but let's say right now, has anyone else tried the Quartakk since it got reworked?
No.
What?
The Quartakk.
The gun that sucked until the rework.
Yeah, and then, well, it still kind of sucks. It's better, but it does less damage. So how it was before, it worked like a shotgun that took rifle mods, which it kind of sucks because the shotgun mods are just better. Period.
Well,
so they
They changed it to a burst fire now.
Yes, so it is burst fire. It doesn't look it because it looks like it fires them all at once. So the good thing is, in a way, it kind of has a pseudo punch through, because if you have a line of guys and one of those, one or two of those bullets kills it, then the next two will hit the one behind it, which is okay. But during testing, it still needs more power.
The thing with it though is when they did the rework, I think they decreased the damage but made it a burst fire. They
did.
Yeah, and so it seemed like a nerf, but it actually wasn't.
Yeah, it actually works better because, so the damage that you're doing, I think before it wasn't calculated per bullet, and now I think it is per bullet. So that's actually a little better, but it still doesn't do as good. Now the good thing I'll say, as far as Grineer weapons go, it looks all right. It sounds great. I think it sounds really good, but
I think that the gun will probably require 3 to 4 forma if you do.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go look at mine right now, and I think I only put 1 into it because I think that was all it actually needed.
I'm just saying, if you max out everything, I don't know. I haven't formed it. I haven't tried to put a catalyst into it. I'm just, based on just weapons in general. Usually weapons require 2 to.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I did, and this is 99.8% status, and serration, split chamber. I feel like I'm missing something, but anyway, vigilante armaments, and then the 4 status mods. So that should be doing pretty good. And the thing is that right now there's nothing else I'd want to put in here.
You could put shred in there.
I could. Why is it sorted by polarity? I don't want polarity. I want.
The JP community doesn't like the Quartakk.
Oh, the American community doesn't really like the Quartakk.
Yeah, it's not as, like I said, the one redeeming thing, I think it looks alright and it sounds really good. But kind of funny is that whoever makes the Grineer weapons, they should come out with their own slogan as as beautiful as the women they're inspired by.
So
yeah, because all the Grineer women are fucking ugly.
Oh, yeah. What most of the people on the JP forums are saying, looks OP, sounds OP, not OP, kind of shit.
And
it's only good for a status weapon, otherwise it's garbage to use.
Right.
Well, and you can get a better weapon to do that anyway, and damage.
I've seen some videos on it, and it doesn't even perform good against Corpus. It literally only performs good against Grineer.
And even then, it's to a point, because once it starts getting high level, like you and I were in the simulacrum yesterday, and it would take over a clip, but it takes so long to go through that freaking clip because it's got the fire rate is really slow. So yeah, maybe shred would help it, but you're gonna have to sacrifice some damage somewhere to do it.
I think if you would get a ribbon mod for it, you might be able to make it decent at best.
Well, hopefully the disposition's low on it, and then it will.
I don't ever think there will be a top end game, top tier weapon. I really don't.
Well, I mean, right. So here's the problem that I have. And I guess this is a problem with more than that. It's a problem with overall with a lot of weapons, I guess. When you have something that's already released, that does a better job, right? It's like, it's like in real life, right? Like if somebody walks up to you with a weapon from back in the Civil War and offers it to you, or they offer you like a modern day pump action shotgun, like a Spaz 12 or something.
I'd ask if they had a ribbon for it.
Like a zombie apocalypse or something. You get
yeah.
Like, why don't you get something that's less effective?
And it's like, and you mention that, and you make a good point, because the thing is that Quartakk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's burst fire. What is it? Let me look at the base stats. So if I just look at the Quartakk, base stat, critical chance 19%, status 27%. As a 0.5 punch through, which is not much.
No.
And it has a burst fire, right?
I think they probably added that punch through.
So, or you can look at the Dex Severus, which is the gun you get from, every year as the anniversary. Has a 35% crit chance, burst fire, and does more damage. Significantly more damage. Has a better reload. Has no punch through, but you can add a punch through mod if you really care about it. And it's just so much better. And the thing is and that's just one weapon. There are many, many other weapons in this game that are just so much better than it.
Yeah, for a burst fire, I'd either do a Dex Cerberus or a Cerberus Prime. So
yeah, Cerberus Prime is even better than it. It has 25% status and a 30% crit chance. That's almost the same status and a higher crit, and it does more damage. So you might as well use that over the Quartakk.
Right, see, that's the thing. And, I mean, it comes down to, I guess, effective. If you got a ribbon mod for it, I guess you'd want to use it, assuming it's, like, a good enough one. I guess that would be, like, the only time it would be justifiable, maybe, if it just made it better than the other weapons, just because you had the ribbon mod.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, like, down to preference, right? It's, like, this is a better, more effective weapon, but I want to use this one.
Well, so I think it's one thing comparing it to other primaries that already exist in the game, but let's just say the ones that came out with the Stubba and the Corinth. Yeah, the Stubby's stubby. the Stubba is stubby, but it actually packs a pretty good punch. It does good. It's an ugly ass weapon, but it's good. The Corinth came. Yeah, the Stubba is actually a good weapon. The Corinth, I friggin' love that weapon. I think it's great.
Corinth's amazing.
Corinth is great.
Corinth is an end-game top-tier weapon.
Well, now, that's one that may divide some people. Me, what I do on that thing, I wax the shit out of that thing because I'm masturbating with it. No, I actually put punch through on that. I put a Seeking Fury on that because, to me, I think this isn't the boss killer. It isn't a Tigress. It isn't going to be doing the damage. But for most of the content in the game, where you have hordes of enemies coming at you, that punch through is great because one shot and suddenly, boom, you just take out 5 enemies. Because if you don't have that, you're using it at taking out 1, maybe 2 enemies, and then they're soaking up all the damage that could have been used for the enemies behind it. But
and the thing is, so punch through is actually an interesting mechanic in the game, and it's tough because
Tenno,
it's like
there's a time-limited mission
most
available.
guns have a
Check navigation.
But you're usually gonna kill the enemy before that punch through actually takes effect. Like let's say you're using the Tiger's Prime. Okay, you're gonna one-shot the enemy. There's nothing you can do about it. Those other bullets behind it with the shotgun are going to hit the other enemies anyways, but if you're using, let's say, a burst fire and you kill it within the first bullet, the other 2 bullets are going to hit behind it anyway. That's not really punch through. Punch through is like
the bullets still exist.
But it's like I don't really see a need to, other than on some certain weapons. I'm not going to say don't ever use it, but on certain weapons you should have some punch through. But I don't see a need to put punch through mods on weapons. I just really don't, because
that's why I say it could be divisive. So the reason I did is, like, let's say we're doing Helene or Hydron, whatever. Where you have those hordes of Grineers coming. So I was playing with it first. I was like, well, this is great. It's taking them all down. But, before I'd have the Tigress. And it seemed like, I could take out more. Even though it's still killing them no matter what. I was like, okay, well, I had the punch through. I did. And it was a definite game changer for the weapon.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it isn't a game changer. I'm just saying punch through is like, you don't need it on every weapon. It's good on some weapons. But it's like punch through, again, though, with punch through, it takes up a mod slot.
Yeah. Well, here's my take on that. Punch through is good for slow weapons with low ammo.
So like a sniper
or the shotguns. And I think it's actually good for the shotguns because the Corinth, it has 5 shots. But anyway, let's shift gears because I don't want to go over 15 minutes, and I think we're already going about 9 or 10.
Hey, just make 2 videos. Hey,
yeah.
Just make 2 videos.
I'll make 48. But
right.
Next. So you guys know lore because I really don't pay attention to too much. So I want to hear some theory on Lotus leaving. She went out on a booty call and kind of left everyone just hanging. And What does it all mean?
Okay, so the thing with that is that Lotus is a sentient, right? But, you know, she would love Baron by the void from the jump from the Tau system back to the Oregon system.
Wait, she's dry?
Yeah.
Oh.
She can't have children anymore. You didn't know that?
Oh. So,
Okay.
okay, well, then that, I guess,
So
it throws it into
because of-
question. It's like,
So-
what? Anyway.
That would explain a lot of things, anyway.
Yeah, well, it's like now she's out trying to get the Casey Anthony Award for parenting.
What? I mean, it could be something as simple as just her trying to figure out more information about us, or
Right. Well, also, what it could be, though, is so she took on Margulis's appearance and Margulis's memories. So maybe what it was is Ballas triggered those memories, and those memories are now superseding her consciousness. You know, so she has now becoming Margulis, like before, like who Margulis was, and how Margulis loved Ballas. You know, or the fact that even if she is not, then she is, you know, I mean, something is happening with some memory, because it's like, why else would Ballas, like, why would Ballas trigger it and not the Tenno trigger bleeding?
Well, I'm going to offer up another take. Maybe that's not actually Ballas.
yeah. What if it's actually just the
Hunhau or something, because this would be even freakier, because isn't Hunhau her father? And now she's getting the long fist of love by her father, and that's a little creepy.
Well, I mean, her father all along, right, said, you know, you're part of us. You know, come back to us. That kind of thing. He's been trying to do that. That's what he tried to do through a huge portion of the story.
And, you know, and you make a good point. It's like, what if that is just a sentient in the form of Ballas?
Yeah, because I thought Ballas was supposed to be dead. I could be totally wrong on this.
Well, no, he disappeared. We don't know where he's at.
Right. So the Orkin are immortal.
So he's a deadbeat dad.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
he just kind of fucked and checked.
Yeah. So he's Zeus.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
knows
pretty
the
much.
way.
Pretty much. So it's like, we don't know what happened to Ballas because they never say. All that we do know is that the Orkin executors, or in a sense, not the Archimedeans, but the Orkin executors, are immortal. The Archimedeans live long lives, and then usually, like Suda, she was an Archimedean, and then she became Suda. You know, stepped on Suda as we know. But she was originally an Archimedean. You know. So, I don't really know what's gonna happen.
Well, I kind of have a theory on that, and because, I mean, Umbra's been teased for ever, pretty much ever,
Right.
and, you know, it's all the theme with, you know, dark and sacrifice, and, well, you see in Excal, he's black, and I guess once you go black, you never go back, so then maybe that's where she went. Well, I'm thinking this is basically the segue into the Umbra.
So, do you think that we would have to sacrifice something to get the Lotus back?
Or is Lotus going to be gone, and that is the sacrifice?
Well, I mean, that could be, but here's the thing, though. If Lotus is gone, who's going to be our handler after that?
Oh,
Right.
you know who it's going to be. Ortis is jumping at the chance for this, because, I mean, dude, as soon as he was gone, I mean, he's just like, oh no, what happened to Lotus? I'm going to rummage through her underwear. Dude, yeah, he jumped so quick to play mommy.
Yeah, but it's so creepy, right?
Ortis made a complete copy of her already. He's like, oh, Lotus is gone. I'll take her.
Yeah, he's like wearing her heels and shit around the ship.
Yeah, but you know, the worst part of that is, right, he just walks into his little digital locker room, throws his clothes off, and at the end of the day, he's still just a fucking Bitcoin.
Wait, is he devaluing?
Yeah, I mean, he is kind of, because he's insane, right?
Well, wait, isn't there also a Dogecoin?
Like,
Yeah.
and the thing is with Ortis is he's constantly, you know, he gets his memories back, and then he basically sacrifices himself, spreads his memories across.
Yeah. Well, you know what I would like more than anything is to hear Ortis come online and be like, "Do you know the way?" All right, I think that's good. That's about 15 minutes. So thank you guys, and we will resume and do another one.